I'm doing a summertime beaver control job here in central Alabama, and it's about 80 degrees. It looks like we've got thunderstorms moving in tonight. What I've done is I made a dam break set right here. The way I do this is I make a break narrow and deep, and I've got 4 TS-85s guarding that break. I've got 2 that are up on high and dry on the sides of the dam, and then I've got 2 set back where it breaks over in a more traditional setting. So we'll see if I have any success with that. And you can see I've also set up my game camera on a tripod here, and I get some really good footage doing this. And while it's fun to catch a beaver getting caught on film, it's a lot more instructive and educational to see how you missed. And that has helped me catch a lot of tough beavers, is setting up a game camera and watching how they rebuilt the dam, where they stepped, and how they did it. And by doing that, I've been able to catch some beavers that I probably would have never figured out how to catch. So another thing that I've got is right below the beaver dam, you can see floating is my Quarrels turtle trap, and I've got that baited with a beaver pelt, piece of beaver pelt and some meat, and a piece of catfish in there. And then on down, I've got a couple of minnow traps and crawfish traps. So hopefully I'll pick up some crawfish and some bait. But right below a beaver dam is a great place to catch turtles. Usually the water is fairly deep in pools like this, and the turtles run the same areas that the beavers do. As a matter of fact, I have snared a lot of turtles coming over beaver dams on the beaver slides. And if you use 330s this time of the year down here, you're really going to catch a lot of turtles. But the 330s, of course, will kill them. And that Quarrels turtle trap, as you can see, it floats up and out of the water so they don't drown. It keeps them alive, which is important. So anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. It's about 5:40 in the afternoon. I always make my dam break sets last thing in the day. What I don't want to do is make a dam break set first thing in the morning and let the water drain all day, because that way I don't have a very good idea of what the water level is going to be and how deep to place my traps. So by doing this at the very last part of the day, the water's not going to be draining all that long, and I have a much better idea of where to put my traps. So anyway, we'll be back in the morning, and we'll see how we do. You can see the frogs are starting to start up. I think this is going to be a good place to do some frog gigging. And the gentleman that owns this property, as you can see, there's a telephone pole. And of course that used to be on dry ground. Now it's in the middle of this beaver swamp. And I'm trying to reclaim a bunch of pasture for him. And but he's kind enough to let me come out and trap pretty much anything that I want on his property. So I take care of him. But it's a beautiful place. It's summertime in Alabama. We'll see what we catch. Well, I'm back. It's a little bit of a rainy morning. This morning we had storms and thunder and lightning all night last night. But I caught 2 fairly nice snappers in here. One's a little bigger than the other. Both a good eating size, and that's my limit for the day, 2 a day. I always have good luck with the Quarrels turtle trap. And however, I did not have any crawfish in either one of my traps, my pillow trap or my net trap. They were both baited with catfish. Had nothing in there. I don't know if it's because there weren't any crawfish in the area that I put the traps in, or if they just didn't prefer that bait. I think next time I'm going to put some of the cut up beaver tail that I've been using in my turtle trap. I'm going to put that in my crawfish traps and see how that works. I also didn't have any beavers in the dam break set this morning. You can see the water level is down a lot. They did not repair the dam, so it drained all night. And you can see there's a lot of water gone out of here. And so I'm going to tell the landowner that he needs to get in here, and instead of just keeping a small break, he needs to go ahead and rip this dam out. There's not a sustainable population in here if they're not rebuilding a dam or even touching it after a night like this. But so we'll see. Anyway, I'd hoped for a better day. I'd hoped for a couple of beavers and some crawfish and a couple of turtles. But I'll take the 2 turtles with snapping turtle meat at $20 a pound. That's not a bad deal. They'll eat good. Okay, I'm back home and I've unloaded the turtle trap. And what I do from this point is I'll put each turtle in a separate plastic bin, put some water in it, and I'll let them stay in there for 2, 3, 4 days until they purge and they're cleaned out. During that time I won't feed them. And what I'll do is I'll check the tank every day, and if they've fouled the water, I'll empty the water and spray it out and fill it back up. So basically what I want to do is I want to let them clean out, and then it'll be time to butcher them. And you can see that's the smaller one there, and that's a little bit bigger one there. I try and keep them in separate tanks. They usually fight if I put them in there together, and I don't want them biting each other up and getting injured or anything like that. So it'll probably be 3 or 4 more days, and then it'll be time to butcher them and put them in the freezer.